guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a kind of review, overview, quick synopsis, whatever you want to call it, of all of my ride or die absolute favorite go-to drugstore products. These are the products that I take with me when I'm traveling. If I don't want to take any high-end products, these are the ones that I recommend to you guys as pretty much like a starter kit for anybody who is just looking to get new makeup or try makeup for the first time, or somebody who just doesn't want to spend a lot of money and wants really good products. And I'm definitely one of those people in those categories, so I have a lot to choose from. I did kind of narrow it down as best as I could. There are a few multiples in here, but hey, who doesn't love options, right? Depending on what kind of style you have or what you're looking for. So make sure you guys subscribe before I start getting into the actual products. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking drugstore makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of work from like the bottom up, basically talking about first primer. My very favorite go-to primer for drugstore is this one right here. It's a fairly new one, and it is the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. This one, it does have a little bit of kind of a creamy base to it. Looks kind of like this, but just kind of blends in nicely, and it does do a great job hydrating. I don't use this one so much during the summer, but I use it a ton. Or I have been using it just about every day a ton as we head into the fall season. The air around here is getting really, really dry, and I'm finding that my skin is just unhappy already. I am drying up like a raisin, so this does a great job of kind of filling in my pores a little bit. It's not necessarily like their pore filler primer, but it does fill them up a little bit, but also hydrates as well. To be perfectly honest, most of my primers actually are not from the drugstore. I really like the Benefit Professional and a few others. I'm not going to get into it because it's not what this video is about. Can't get sidetracked. But I just don't choose quite as much from the drugstore because it's one of the products that you can really tell a difference when you buy a little higher end, but not everybody can afford it, so those are some great options. But moving on to foundation, I do have some great, amazing options. My absolute favorite go-to, uses just about every single day, is the No. 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Serum. I've only had this for a couple months and I'm already like well into the bottle here. This one was a little bit more expensive for a drugstore foundation, and I did have to buy this at Target. It is not in like Walmart or CVS or any of those places. But let me tell you, oh my gosh, it has SPF 15 in it. So if you're looking for a little bit of sun protection, it's not as much as some of the others, but it is absolutely great. But it's something. It definitely has, it's great for sensitive skin. So for those of you who are out there like me who have sensitive skin, it's great for it. But also it has kind of a natural finish. I'm wearing it right now. But it's natural finish, so it's not super matte, but it's like your skin, but better. I don't even know how to describe how absolutely fantastic this foundation is. It lasts all day long. It looks so natural. It's a good medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable if you're looking for full coverage. It just, the way it applies is so blendable, so smooth. I mean, seriously, it just looks flawless. I am in love with this foundation, and I will continue purchasing it, and I don't know what I'm going to do if they ever stop making it, because I'm absolutely just and love it. And it also really truly helps my skin. I've noticed my skin looking smoother, and it looks a little bit firmer when I use this. Because it does have, I'm looking at it, I'm trying to see if I know the actual like ingredients, but basically the actual serum in it, part of the foundation, part of what makes it look so smooth and flawless, is actually has a lot of nourishing elements for your skin as well. So not only does it make your skin look flawless with it on, it helps it look flawless with it out on. So can't rave about that one enough. The other foundation that I really, really like, and I'm sure you guys have heard this one before, this is the Maybelline 24-Hour Matte Foundation. This one is good for those, again, who really want a good full coverage foundation. You don't need to layer it up. You really don't even need to layer it to get the full coverage out of it. This one is a little bit more of a matte finish, so it's slightly more drying. So depending on if you have really oily skin, that would be great for you. If you have kind of combination skin, it's great, but both really, really affordable options. And this one, again, is just same type of thing. It makes your skin look flawless. It lasts all day long. It doesn't look cakey, even if when you do want to build it up to have just that much more coverage. Moving on, next I have two different concealers. One of them I have repurchased several times, and this is a really, really affordable option. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This is what it looks like right here. It is cruelty-free as well, and I think it's like $4 maybe. The coverage is there. It goes on so easily and has such great coverage and blends out so smoothly. You would think it was a little bit more of a higher end product. I just love the way it works out. I could use it with a drugstore foundation. I can use it with a high-end foundation. I can blend out with a brush or a sponge, and it doesn't lose its, its consistency. It doesn't crease as much. I mean, I do put a little powder on to keep it from creasing because it will slightly without it. But overall, I think it's an absolutely great affordable option. Not everything I have multiple options of, sorry. So don't worry, I won't have like, oh, here's 5 different Ride or Die options on all of these. No. These are just ones that kind of do different things, so I want to share them. So the other concealer I have to share with you guys is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This one I just recently tried and did a video on, and I'll link the video down below for you guys if you want to see it. But it's super affordable as well, because it is really inexpensive, and again, it blends really smoothly. It highlights so completely. It's very creamy. It's very smooth. I just love the way it looks, honestly. I've been using this every single day since that video, pretty much, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, and I'll have to restock pretty soon because I use it that much. To set that concealer, my favorite powder is the Coty Airspun powder. Now there's various different kind of shades or types. So you have a translucent, I think they have a banana powder. This one, I think they have several others. This is the translucent powder. I love this stuff. It's like $5 at Walmart and you get this giant thing of it. It lasts forever. The only thing I didn't like about it at first is it does have a slight smell to it, but that you definitely kind of get used to it, and it does disperse as you kind of brush the powder away from your face after it's been set. So it's not like you're lingering with this scent, and it's not terrible. It's just kind of floral, and I'm not a scent person, but I just love what it does. I love how affordable it is, and I love how much you get for the value and for the price. So next, moving on to bronzer. I'm sure you've heard of all this before. Can't rave about it enough. My absolute favorite go-to drugstore bronzer is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Again, I've been using this for years, and I've been replacing it for years. But it just gives you a nice warm glow. It looks so nice on your skin. It's not matte, but it's not shiny or anything. It just has a slight kind of just luminescence to it, if you will. It gives you that just back from the beach or just back from a day in the sun glow. So next on the face train that we're going on here, first is another Wet n Wild product. Again, crazy affordable, like $3 maybe. I don't know exactly, but this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush. This is in the shade Pearlescent Pink. It's just this beautiful corally pink. It has some shimmer to it, and it's actually surprisingly pigmented for the price. And I just love the color. They do have several different color options if that's not your shade. The other option I have for blush, if you're looking for something that is not kind of shimmery and you're willing to pay maybe like $2 more, is the Milani powder blush. This is the color in Romantic Rose, so they do have the rose kind of emblem in it, and it doesn't look like I have used this much, but I have. That's the thing, it lasts forever, and again it's just very soft, it's very smooth, and it gives you just kind of a hint of it. So if you're one who doesn't like a lot of blush, you don't want it just to be popping on your face, it just kind of gives you a soft little bit of tint to make your cheeks look nice and healthy and rosy. For highlighter, I have yet another Wet n Wild product. Can you tell I love that brand? This is the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. So this is in the shade Precious Petals. So again, for a drugstore option, there's so much blindingness to it. I mean, it's just amazing. Let me just add a little more on my cheek here. It just adds a nice, beautiful glow. I mean, it's buildable. If you are somebody who wants to blind, you absolutely can with this. You just have to build it up a little bit. And that's what I like about it, is it's great for those that maybe want just a nice little hint of highlight but don't want to just be blinding. They just want a nice kind of luminescent look to it. That's great for that as well. And again, there's multiple shades. So that's kind of it for the actual like face products. So moving on to eyes, first for brows, I really like this Physicians Formula Feather Brow. So it does have a highlighting portion here which you can use underneath the brow, but honestly I don't really use that part as much. It's not why I like it. I really love the actual brow part of it. It's a little messy. That's the only thing I don't like about it, but it has kind of this like fibers on this brush and you just kind of brush them into the eyebrow. Now, I'm not somebody who goes crazy like ham with my eyebrows all the time. I don't do the whole sculpting thing. I just don't. It's not really me. That's not my favorite look. If that's you, do you. Nothing against it. That's just not me personally. So I really like this because it gives me a nice like fill in that's really pretty natural looking as well. For eyeshadow, I have two different palettes here. The first one is again by Milani and it is the Most Love Mattes palette. So when you open up, it looks like this. Again, it gives you kind of that Bobbi Brown vibe as far as the packaging goes, but it's great, especially for this time of year where we're heading into fall. It has a lot of warm tones, but there are some cool tones in there as well. If you are somebody who just wants a nice matte look for every day, wants something you can get creative with, but nothing like with crazy, you know, bright colors or anything like that, this is a wonderful palette. It's so pigmented. There's a little bit of fallout, not a lot, but you do also get a nice mirror in here as well. So if you want it on the go or you're traveling, it's a great option. But again, they're all matte, so if you really want something that sparkles, you'll want to kind of add something else to it. But I think that is a great kind of first option for somebody who's just trying to build a little bit. The other eyeshadow palette I have to go with, yes, I did have to do two on this one because there's just too many good ones out there. But the other absolute favorite ride or die is the Makeup Revolution Sofa X. Now this one is fairly new, not brand new, but it's fairly new and I absolutely love it. You get 24 shades in it and it's great for all times of year. It's great for spring, summer, fall. It's got your darker colors for winter, but I just love it. It's so pigmented. You get so many colors in here. You can do so many looks. You have mattes, you have shimmer shades, you have glittery shades. You have so much in here. It does again also have a nice full-length mirror in here as well. And they really stepped up their game for Makeup Revolution to me lately. And with the eyeshadow palette, I was just so blown away by the pigmentation of it and how everything blended out and how smooth it was. And just again, the amount of looks that you can do with it and the color scheme. I think that collab did a great job. I know that Sofa X has done a couple other collabs with them and has a couple eyeshadow palettes. I think there was something like Extra Spice or something, which looks super pretty as well, that I did not get. This one though, I highly recommend. Yeah, I don't remember how much it was, but still very, very affordable as well. And you can get it online or at Ulta. So I just tacked it onto my drugstore, even though it's not one again that you'll find in an actual like physical drugstore location. For eyeliner, I used it earlier on my eyes currently, so it's away. But it is the Soap and Glory Big Cat eyeliner. That is one that if you want something that it's a felt tip and it has it's a little bit thicker of a tip than some of the more skinny ones, but it just glides on smoothly. It goes over your shimmer shades, it goes over your glitter, it goes on so easily. It just boop, real quick. Super easy to use, especially if you're somebody who's beginning to learn how to use eyeliner, especially on the upper lids. It can be a little tricky at first, so it's a great option. So moving on to mascara. Everyone's still loving the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, which I do absolutely still love, don't get me wrong. But one of my newer favorites that I just don't know how I got around without it, is the CoverGirl Peacock Flare Mascara. I think it does a great job of flaring out your eyelashes. Sorry, my husband just got home, so my dogs are barking. But it does an absolute great job of flaring them out, of adding length, adding volume, curling, and it doesn't clump. That's the biggest thing. Finally, moving on to lips, we are almost done. If you want a liquid lipstick, again, the Milani Amore matte lip creams are wonderful. They don't dry it down. There's so many different shades. They are absolutely beautiful on. They glide on. They dry very quickly, but they're not so drying that they settle into all your fine lines and make you just kind of feel terrible. Nobody likes that, especially as we head into fall and winter. But for liquid lip, this is a great option. And then finally, for lipstick, more of a traditional, I love the Flower Beauty matte lipsticks. This one is in Naked Blush, but this one, they're just so creamy and they last so long for what they are. I mean, they're not a liquid lip, so they're not meant to last all day, but they're so creamy. They glide on so smoothly. They're so refreshing. Absolutely love them. So that's it. That is a full face of my absolutely go-to drugstore makeup options. I have really sorted through and honestly took a lot of time to think about what my favorites were because there are so many great options out there. But I really wanted to get a compilation of things that I just would highly recommend to somebody who's new to makeup or wants to start a new makeup kit, can't afford a lot, and really just wants to kind of start off with drugstore options. These are absolutely wonderful options. If you don't like them, that's totally fine. So yeah, all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comment section. Again, don't forget to subscribe before you go. But until next time, as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.